Let me one of the slow motion pictures, bro. Slow motion pictures.
You got CC first and second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hit it wrong. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it. They said they make a wrong move. See me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. Say they wanna hit it wrong. I'm on my way. Coming up on my double. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop it. These niggas got me, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slipping. House coming out, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, baby. Nothing I can handle. 144 with a booth going around. Niggas do dirty like a snake in the bando. Slap in the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Keep on stopping, got this bitch off the hand. Got the drip out to hit the bitch with the soap. It ain't rap, it's a soap. Can't take some bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit it raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coach shit. They said they make the wrong move it coach shit. Do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money and all honey. Think you settle and see you locked up, fuck up. And it's back to the streets. It's one west. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before the sign of ain't more power than me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling no weak. Hit the cooking on his feet. You like it well done. Got the killers rolling with me and they all red. Red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Hit the banging on his beat. Fill my fucking head number black block. Red drum, black and yellow air one. Only you ain't got a mess sausage. You wear one. Feeling like a legend in this shit, little nigga. I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, little nigga. I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all. Like ass catcher, shotty break a nigga. Ribs are like white blood. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet. I'm talking height. That judge giving out 5. What you doing? Life. These hands are rude GPS. I mean, right. That's me, right? We build different. You know the vibes. And we send this off finish. If you know the ride. I keep a 144 because I know a guy. Know it's hard. You know I'm with animals when we flow and ride. We back again. No cap when I'm with cap again. Yeah, they said they want smoke until we match them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K. With no acronym. They say they want to hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it coach shit. They say they make the wrong move it coach shit. See me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't stop it. They say they want to hit that raw shit. I'm on my way. Coming up on my divorce.
Kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a start dumb, a gun that will die. Yeah, Easy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on the yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, young land, you people came from Europe. That was 1947, yo, Menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon, this will happen when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures. Ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander, and Philip, you a converse. So tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it be chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, and out came his little red bastard and coach deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he get him babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel everybody trying to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, it's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know it's an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They're the Antichrist. Nigga living off of niggas. They're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go death count 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. Absolute proof. Now, you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people at all. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are. Yeah, those are messed up, no. Bad news is to beat the home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent, I said I'm caught. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch. The whole fuck. Yeah, ain't know they coming over there, why? I go with the fuck. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You below on this door, so that bitches either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear. Who I call, wait up, let me make a call right quick, I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't feel like anymore. I need a better leader like I need him up a bar. Yo, cause I watch the dark, matter of fact like a dark. Any problem let them come, we gon' snap they soul like Shang Shaw. Put them out of service, teach them tools like it's hobby. Try to hold these way too late, I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy, I'm that nigga. Ain't no debate, throw them boys, we taking notes. Call them up like set the date, bitch and piece of cake. Yeah, my bitch just came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3, give me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, just take over. These niggas are grateful, gotta show them you became rules. I'm making this like I can't lose. They say you get on, you gon' represent, I said apart. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go down, yeah. It bitch me a whole fuck. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the bar. You gon' rap, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. Even low on this door, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know the nigga ain't like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. I think I don't get caught. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate with my niggas. Get your knife in the park. They ain't locked in with the out and with the speaker to the park. Yeah, I just to the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see that outcome. Get them niggas big. Got them tied down and out there. Can't go with the step of niggas been down since day one. We run up the base, be like, dala, dala. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they play that beat, I rap that bitch like a horse. Yeah, about to go. Dumb yeah, bitch, we all start. Yeah, know that. Call me Obi-Wan, I come with the fort. You gon' ride there for get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low. That bitch is either or. I told you niggas get feel like that. I swear I'm too I thought. And I just made it go. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. Without my nigga shit. Yeah. Many yo. Got my nigga wrong with it. Without my niggas in the beer, huh? You know what I'm saying? I'm the man in town, y'all. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top when we ball. My nigga, we be flying stuff, you know. Them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit ain't never changing. It's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown on these streets and close caption niggas. Know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then I can gon' let him have it. Hey, thank you the shit, this truth, the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid. Number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on. Don't start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be on it, I'm blessed. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be on it, I'm blessed. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gut. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Wrong with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. Oh, I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves. Why the white man live to get old? We in them graves. Shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty of nation. To be respected, but in this world we rejected. We hate it. For our complex, still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be on it. And I'm blessed. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be on it. And I'm blessed. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon.
This Thursday, one day only. Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every.
Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck. Step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy. We gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time here. Haters thought I died. dog. So I rub these chili shades. You can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we running. They don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end. Till them do it part. If you wanna leave, you can leave. Bitch, bless your heart. Fine then. I ain't show no mercy. We gon' show them what time it is. I pop out like a second. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died. I survived. Just don't hide it. Got it out the mud. Straight to go. They don't hide it. He nice, but he don't show them skills. How I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel. How I work the wheel. Oh, I got him made. Tight, yeah. Back to see him. I heard they want my life. I ain't work. I got ready for real. Take over in effect. Yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, know it's with me. That bitch fully loaded. Yeah, we up the road. Told him I need make emotion. Nigga, I'm joking. I'ma school them niggas like they baby children. Got it out the dust. Now too clean, don't know how to hate. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby, boy. You PK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that nigga life into a damn tank. I got choppers. That shit that look like they in front. They had that shit on lock. Then I snapped on them like ball cutters. You cannot play. Both sides gotta choose the color. See, I'm throwing that one up with that. That's my blood, y'all. Fine. I ain't show no mercy. I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I don't like to send you here. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died. I survived. They don't hide it. Got it up the color. Straight to go. They don't hide it. He nice, but he don't show skills how I show it. Cause he ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work it. So I got it made. Something tight, yeah. Back to you. Yeah, they want my life. I ain't work. I got Ray for real. Hey.
I got you. Let it rap real quick. Look.
City guys, it's time to vote God. That's my God, the real nigga. Cause he want no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard. It's all true. Because it's the foundation. Before they can fall through. They gon' fall. Keep this shit 50 times 2. Hey, no more hard in this game with John Q. Jay coded in the ambulance. Way above ambulance. Being tasty. Told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones. This my whole family. California. Man, y'all chance get broke down. Brad, you never do my ball quad. Telling me how the crackers turn the shower into a ghost town. Focus out there, I lay that game down. I'm in the pain, cause nothing is the same. Now, never like shine like pepper to a rain cloud. Black have a beat like a child, no tension. Try to warn them niggas, we play all like a race. The mother niggas ran, I'm made. And I really see problems under this banner. Bring my enemies, bow down on camera. Told my down, I want it black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that's some dirty that. And look, I'm known like a precious ball go pure Asian, but I got a brother to me all over. Wave the bitch around like wave all over. See if they won't, I cut through they seeds like I'm Doro. Take for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not with the thing I squeeze. Till it click like Cody with the heels touch. The world got me dumb off. Feel much. Round around me, y'all down. Just left the shade bridge. Looking for a bitch, better than baby G. Remember I dropped right. I've been gone ever since. Still in the field. Fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
They killed. You gotta say they did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a
was never expected to grow. This hustle was in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The way that the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of activity, safe facility, hey, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me, nigga, this nigga be draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Them years is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tackle my king and the angel, be ready to rap, cracking the sky. Nuclear missiles to make it official. I'm capturing every kind of survivor. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see the way the many cases safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Give us all for the peace. 144, get the brutal show, we can all be in peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your king will be busting it down. The only way justice is found. The time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a door.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood cells. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch it by turn flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back on me, Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Friend, payback, come back around like a carousel. Can't remember your hardest words, ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle show a plot press to the game, I got this bond. Fake like the bitch in the dress. She a bomb, changes, dish serve cold. I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the bus, I swear got that new cop. I fail, made myself a target in a world of man shooters. That was designed for I baby the past doing the day of our king's reign. I be overzealous. They bought my jealous up for brand new pair of fellas.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a door. Payback is a door. Payback is a door. Payback is a door.
I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the eye like Samson, I can't let no hold lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, so they lie. This is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rival. Niggas think I'm playing out here one word. They saying this shit light work. People harm one of us, he might lose his life first. Something up and stay alert. Never cop distressing. Nigga, he ain't thinking this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. Who took that open blood? Did you know I'm gonna get active with you? Fuck the opposition, I see. Let me take you, rappers try to spit, I ain't listening. Is it fact of fear? Man's was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jackie Town. Oh, we gon' run this up, it's gon' be a storm. But they making plays, make them niggas call the whole. And who run the shit, but they question is the talk. Bitch, I'm the one, me, cookies with the oil. I'ma get a crack as hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Doing life sentence for my niggas, pray you want. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young guy. How you real trigger know the guy? You a bird feeder, claim it here demon. To give it to a cold lip, but he said something I ain't hear. This shit like it, know who got the gun. It's so who gon' up their pipe first. I turn a man situation to a name change. Something from the dead, just wait till the change break. Shots up, I look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never fight that hand and teach you, never get that hand back, bitch. About 10%. I don't want to hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him. Just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with his party cause he never was. Now I chin like you with the angels for the blood. Everybody want to be rich and poor. Fuck him like Alpo. Play if you want, it's laying in the trunk like leave Alpo. A certified oversized. Yeah, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that side. Yeah, this the real chord. Feel like I'm gonna tank when I'm in Fayetteville. You feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. When I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call it hell run. Fucking gang. Pop out on them demons like I'm a hell boy.
Buck roll.
Never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm going westward, sharper than an ice pick. All you rappers next and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, this ain't shit. In my bro, tight quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair, or extensions. Hood nigga, that'll probably grip like some dentures. Runners on the fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying at that commissary hit before the run out. Riches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My coat cabinet, riding on these whole rappers. My whole fabulous. Now I mean that derogatory, but I'm a player. And there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury. I got 2 chicks. If I can't make it do for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof press with a couple bosses after the war. Just to count our losses, there's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my way, sipping white. Hit me. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you know like. Gotta go my heart and my bones right. Waiting on this world in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you know like. Gotta go my heart and my bones right. Living in this world in my whole life. My whole life. So melodic. When I be dropping. And it's Ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic, my bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me, somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My niggas pure Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the reaper, got a couple wives, need some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home, and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter, trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only want to fuck her. They just want to touch her. They don't want to cover. They just want to come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fancy on her face, but it's not concealing the pain. It's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snack. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. 13 man. Like they do with a half that. Yeah, you like 90s, but see in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time. I'm slow. This that guy flow. This that shit that rappers got. This that uncut to how Wall Street from power. This the ball. I be in your ball like Moscato. They think it's Africa. No, this that block work. Make the countermeasures. They pleasures making a hot bird. Minus in the sky because every verse is a concert. My mind work and speed up can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. You can't. The streets need another hand. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know like. Gotta go my heart and my whole time. Waiting on this whole in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know like. Gotta go my heart and my whole time. Living in this world in my whole life. My whole life.
Yeah. You know what's up, man. Clap it up, man. Once again, it's the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, coming at you again live from the 515 Law Class, Wednesday night Law Class. You understand? The Isupk started out of Harlem, New York, 1 West 125th Street in 1969. You understand? Been holding down its troops since then underneath Commanding General Yohana. If you are not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth, and we are not affiliated with any other group. You understand? We ain't affiliated with your Black Panther Party, with your Democratic Party, your Republican Party, your Christian churches, man, any group out here. You understand? We are the ISUPK, the home of the truth. You understand? One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one West. That's what it is. You understand? Ain't no break off groups. Christ had one body. It's one body. You understand? He didn't have multiple bodies. He had one body. And that's what it is. But we coming at you live again. You know, of course, there's always different things going on, many topics, law class. That's what we break it down. We break it down the law according to the Lord. You understand? The Most High God's law, statutes, and commandments, which the world is lacking. You understand? The world is lacking the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why everything's going to hell in a handbasket. People are lawless out here. You understand? They do everything for their own lust, to fill their own belly. You understand? They don't do what the things that are according to the Lord. They do whatever they want to do. You understand? And today, you know, we also do what makes us feel good is we love to follow our oppressors. You understand? That's what we love to do. We love to follow our oppressors. We love their ways. You understand? We love celebrating their holidays, which is against the law of God. You understand? We love to eat what they eat, which is against the laws of God. I know you love shrimp. I know you love crab. I know you love lobsters. You understand? But that's against the Most High God. You love to get high. I know you love to get high. I know you love selling drugs. You understand? But when it comes down to it, man, you got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind and coming to this truth. That's what it's about, man. You know, we all been there, we all done that. But the old person has to die. You dig? And you become a new man or a new woman under Christ. You understand? You used to be a drug dealer. You come into this truth, none of that matters no more. You used to be a whore. You come into this truth, none of that matters no more. You understand? You used to be a murderer. You come into this truth, none of that matters no more. You understand? You're going to come and stand strong and stand bold as a man and a woman for the Most High God and His truth. The true children of Israel. You understand? The lost 12 tribes of the house of Israel. We are the Lord's chosen people. And He chose us to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth. He didn't choose no one else. He didn't choose the East Indians. He didn't choose the Chinese man. He didn't choose the Arab man. He didn't choose the so-called white man. He didn't choose the so-called Africans. You understand? The Egyptians, etc. He freed us from the Egyptians. You understand? He chose us to be a special people to Himself. We are the apple of His eye. You understand? So that's why we have to follow what He told us. You dig? But getting into it, you understand? Today's topic is never trust thine enemies. You understand? That's what the Lord told us. He told us to never trust your enemy. You understand? He said a difference between us and the rest of the world. You understand? And He gave us law, statutes, and commandments. Straight up. Matter of fact, let me just get let me get one of those scriptures on that. I'm gonna go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, just to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? This is a classic. You understand? Matter of fact, nah. Let me see. I'm probably gonna go to yeah. Let's just do Deuteronomy chapter 7 real quick. You did. Deuteronomy chapter 7. And the Lord keeps it just so plain and so simple, you know. But the Christian church, the Roman Catholic Church, you know what I'm saying, all these blackety black churches out here, your Pentecostals and your apostolics and your Baptists and all these old different denominations, these old break off groups, they all just pervert the word of the Lord. You understand? They do not follow the Bible. Pastor Porkchop does not follow the Bible. He's going to tell you it's okay to eat pork, and you can do it in the house of the Lord. You understand? That's what he's going to tell you. As long as you pay him tithes, he's going to tell you whatever that makes you feel good. You understand? That's exactly what he's going to do. He ain't going to tell you the truth, because the truth is not going to make you feel good. You understand? But the Lord says it right here. So he says in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, he says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So he did not make everyone equal. You understand? So for us as the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to keep trusting in our enemies that we're going to have equality, that's never the case. You understand? The Lord don't even want equality. The Lord chose us to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth. We'll read that again. It says, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. And he's speaking to the house of Israel. He's not speaking to anyone else. You understand? So just to keep it, matter of fact, he says it up at the top. Well, no, he don't, not on this one. But it's no sweat. So the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, it says, "For thou, which is the children of Israel, art an holy people." Holy means separate. You understand? We are a holy people. You dig? And unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee, the children of Israel, to be a special people unto himself. And it don't get no clearer than that. He chose us to be a special people above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So I don't even know what the confusion is. You understand? But your wicked church, they're going to tell you that God loves everybody. You understand? When he don't. And they tell you God loves everybody, now all of a sudden you want to trust your enemies. You understand? So we're going to, matter of fact, here's the scripture that tells you not to trust your enemies. So we're going to go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. So the book of Ecclesiasticus is a book that's in what's known as the Apocrypha. Most Christian churches do not carry the 1611 Bible, you know, understand, that contains the book of the Apocrypha. Now, if you've never heard of it, you can even go to www.kingjamesbibleonline.com and you click on it. You understand? And if you scroll way at the bottom of the website, it's gonna say this: King James Bible. You got this KJV Standard, the KJV 1611. That's gonna contain the Apocrypha. And then if you go down, it says KJV Apocrypha. These are books that are in between the New Testament and the Old Testament. More history containing what our people have went through. The Bible is a history book. It's historical documentation of what our people went through from the days of antiquity. You understand? So this is the book of the Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. You understand? And we're gonna go to chapter 7, verse Salaki, chapter 12, verse 11. Verse 10. Salaki, verse 10. It says, Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. You understand? So the Lord tells us to never trust your enemy, because just like iron's gonna rust, it's inevitable. Iron is gonna rust. You understand? And just like your enemy, his wickedness is gonna come upon you. You understand? Verse 11, it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. So, hey, even if he could try to stay polished up a little bit, but at the end of the day, the enemy is gonna still be an enemy. He's always gonna rust. And who is our enemy today? All the nations. You understand? All the so-called Chinese man, the so-called white man, the so-called Arab man, they're all our enemies. You ain't never supposed to trust them. Now, can you deal with uh any kind of nation on a diplomatic term when it comes down to certain things such as economics and woo, 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 this and this and that? Yeah, but you ain't never supposed to trust them, let them inside of your family. You definitely ain't supposed to have interracial marriages. You understand? And never trust them um with the well-being of your nation. That's the problem with our people. We want to trust in our enemies like they're gonna give us something that's good for us. And this is what's 2024. This is election year. They do not care about you, black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man and woman. You understand? They never cared about you. They're gonna use you until they suck you dry. All your money, all of your blood, sweat, and tears, they just gonna use you. You understand? And nowadays, they don't even need you no more. They got AI, they got robots, they got a mechanical everything. Even at Walmart, shit. Damn near, they don't even damn near need no workers no more. The only people that, and most of the workers are gonna be blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? They barely only need you just to stock the shelf. After that, they don't even need you at the cash register no more. You got self checkout. They done eliminated hella jobs for self checkout. You understand? Even though black folk, we're gonna scan the TV like it was a can of soup. We go like, bloop, it's a can of soup. You done scan the whole TV. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, never trust your enemies, man. That's what the Lord tell you. Straight up. Never trust thy enemies, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. You understand? So people might think, oh, your enemy is just someone who may have did you wrong or something. Nowadays, you even so people will say, well, the Bible also says love your enemy as yourself. Yeah, it says that, but see, there's context to who our enemies are. When it says love your neighbor, love your enemy as your neighbor, or whatnot. Speak not just quoting it. That's speaking about your own people. You understand? When you got an enemy, Ray from the old block or wherever, you know what I'm saying? These are the ones you're supposed to forgive. You understand? You ain't supposed to have this eternal hatred for um JoJo and them. You know what I'm saying? And your brothers. You understand? These is your same peoples. You did. The enemies that this is talking about is the enemies of the other nations, the enemies of the Lord. You understand? That's exactly who was talking about straight up. So we're gonna go to Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, where it elaborates on who our enemies are. You understand? Straight up. And going back to the premise that the Lord only chose us to be a special people. You understand? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 1. Straight up. It says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations. You understand? We would be above all nations that are upon the earth. We would be the modern day United States. You understand? We will be the superpower. Everybody will be looking up to the children of Israel for solutions and world peace, so called. You understand? That's what they will be looking up to. But guess what? Because we don't listen to the Most High God straight up, we fall unto the curses of the Lord. You understand? And one of those curses is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48. We're going to drop all the way down to verse 48. You understand? So if we don't listen to the Lord, this is exactly what happens. And what did happen. Moreover, all these curses, Salaki, that's verse 45. I meant to say verse 48. It says, let's just say verse 47. It says, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness. See, we didn't want to serve the Lord our God with joyfulness. We don't want to, our people, they choose to not follow the Bible, the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what you want to do? You want to do what makes you feel good. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to serve us all in joyfulness in your heart instead of serving the Lord with all joyfulness of our heart towards him. You understand? So it says, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. So who is the enemies that the Lord shall send against thee? I wonder. How did we get over here into captivity? How did the children of Israel, the Native Americans, get their land taken? Because the Lord sent the enemies against them. You understand? And we serving our enemies till this day, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. That is the enemies. You understand? That is the enemy. Who put us in the yoke of iron? You understand? Our enemies did. We go through this time and time again. You understand? We got to keep going through. We got to put this into your brain. Straight up. This is what we got to do. Yoke of iron. What's that? Slavery. Straight up. That's what it is. A yoke. Look, they even got it. Now they even damn near got it in the thing now. Because they know what it is. Because the truth been coming out so strong that it's all over the internet. There's no reason why anybody should still be asleep. You understand? Because about 10, 15 years ago, when brothers was first coming into this truth, you know what I'm saying? Hearing about this coming out, hey, it was it was really hard to come across. You understand? Where is it at? I just want some images. That's all. Yeah, yoke of iron upon thy neck. Who's that? Kunta. What's your name? You understand? No, it's not Toby. It's not Kunta. It's Toby. You know what I'm saying? The Lord shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. You understand? He shall send enemies. So this is the enemies who the Lord tells us not to trust. You understand? It's not Ray and them and JoJo and Tyrone and them from the other side of the west side or the east side. You understand? Your enemies is those who put a yoke of iron on your neck. And we still in bondage till this day. Straight up. But they done got you so subservient. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you train a dog. At first you have him on the leash But then once you got a good trained dog, you could walk him up and down the street. He don't need no chain no more. Straight up. But we should never trust our enemies. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. We do not make this up. You understand? And this goes only specifically for the true children of Israel. You understand? The Jews. You understand? The blacks, the true Jews. Not the small hat imposters over there who dig tunnels underneath New York City and wear them small hats, like I just said, and that circumcise your children with their mouth and give you herpes, sexual translated diseases to your children because they're sexual deviants. You understand? Never trust your enemy. That's what the Lord said. Thus said the Lord. Straight up. Back to Deuteronomy chapter 28. And it says, well, repeating, and it says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And we definitely been destroyed. Verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. You understand? When we didn't know, we didn't understand English, you understand? Or Spanish or Italian. Now you got Mexican brothers who think that their tongue is Spanish. Straight up. And this matter of fact, this don't even make no goddamn sense. How is the so-called white man gonna get mad at the so-called Mexicans or anybody down there who speaks Spanish when Spanish is a white man's language? You fucking idiots. Before you came over here, they wasn't speaking Spanish. So now they come up to America, which is English. It don't matter. It's a white man's tongue. And then you're going to be like, oh, stop speaking that stuff. Motherfucker, you put that shit over here. We were speaking a whole nother language. You understand? Our original tongue is the Lashawan Kodash. You understand? And that's the Hebrew tongue, the holy tongue. So when the Lord sent the enemies over here because we didn't want to serve the Lord, you understand? The Lord put us in captivity and took away our heritage underneath our oppressors. You understand? But they went way too far. Straight up. They wasn't supposed to wipe out our whole existence and teach us who we ain't and who we ain't supposed to be. You understand? They took it way too far. Straight up. Let me see. Let me show some more image. Some images. Yeah, so boom. The Lord sent the enemies from far. You understand? They was coming on their boats and they pulled up, whose tongue that we did not understand. You understand? But see, when they came over here, if our people was actually at hearkening unto the voice of the Lord, they would have been known that we shouldn't trust anybody that's not our people. We was embracing the enemy. You understand? When the Lord told us to never trust thine enemies, straight up. Now they done set up shop and they've been here ever since. You dig? The Lord told us to never trust our enemies, man. And we still trusting them till this day. To this day. Straight up. And why do I say, and then earlier I said, oh yeah, who's the enemies? And I said, it's everybody. You understand? All nations have conspired against us and the Most High God to come against us and the Lord. They are the Lord's enemies. And our enemies is the same enemies who are the enemies of the Lord. You understand? Because he only chose us to represent him. He never chose the Pope. You think the Pope represents God? No, he don't. You understand? The Christian church, your Dalai Lama, you understand? He don't represent God. Buddha does not represent God. You understand? Haile Selassie does not represent God. You understand? They are enemies of the Lord. Straight up. The men of the Lord are the men right here in the Isupk. We one of the last ones underneath Commander General Yohana to actually even hold down this the Bible as thus saith the Lord. Not that old the fake Christian Holy Ghost. Man, come on, man. That old fake stuff up out of here, man. The Lord is a man of war. You understand? He wants us to be liberated from our enemies, not to trust thine enemies. You understand? That's exactly what's going on. So who's the Lord's enemies? We're gonna go over here to Psalms chapter 83. Yeah, matter of fact, like I tell everybody every week, definitely if you're listening, you want to get your pens and your pads, you understand, and take down these precepts, these notes, you understand, because your pastor ain't gonna tell you the true breakdown, the precept upon precept, line upon line on how this truth gets broke down. You understand? He want to just give you a couple excerpts and make you feel good on the inside, and then you're gonna pay tithes so he could ride in this big old Cadillac. You understand? And you might get swallowed up. Swallowed up. Straight up. Yeah. Good night. But yeah, so we're gonna go to Psalms chapter 83. We're gonna break down who's the Lord's enemies. Who is thine enemies? Straight up. So Psalms of the book of Psalms, chapter 83, in verse 1. It says, keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. You understand? So the Lord has enemies. And King David, who is the author of the book of Psalms, his enemies is the Lord's enemies. I want you to understand that. Then our enemies should be the Lord's enemies. Straight up. People don't think that the Lord got enemies. He definitely does got enemies. You understand? The East Indians don't love the Most High God of Israel, Yahweh. They love Krishna. And what's some other guys that got over there? Lord Shiva. And all them thousands of gods they got, all those different images. The white man doesn't love the God of Israel, Yahweh. They love Zeus and Jupiter and Prometheus. You know what I'm saying? They're a little pantheon of God. They create a false images of what they want to claim to be our God, Yahweh. You understand? And they create a whole false doctrine behind it. The Moors, the Moors too. Shit, they follow Allah. The Moors, which some blackity black people, they follow that Moor crap. They follow Allah. You understand? That's what they do. They go around, walk around that rock and kiss it all day. That's what they do. The Nation of Islam, Farrakhan doesn't love the Lord of the Bible. No, he doesn't. He loves Allah, and he loves the so-called wannabe honorable Farah Muhammad. That's their God. That's his God, a white man. His God, your God is money. Matter of fact, most people love money. You love money so much. You think you just don't love God, anything. You say you're an atheist, but you do everything for money. That's your God. You understand? Hey, if we got enough time, next thing you know, people are going to be worshiping AI stuff. They're gonna create a fake robot out here that's so that is gonna be like talking Google. It's gonna be like a Siri or something. It's gonna know everything. It's gonna know everything about you, and you gonna be praying to that fake AI like it's a god. You know what I'm saying? They already doing it in China. You understand? Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, go ahead.
So like speaking to me, I wanted to say that I find it funny how kind of off subject, but how like the Muslims or whatever have a history of killing people, but people will attack one West for being we haven't committed any crime.
Right.
We haven't, but we're demonized and attacked when we ain't doing crimes, but they'll support the Muslim brothers and sisters who will have a historically committed killings.
Right. Exactly. You understand? Yeah, definitely. Uh, they'll claim that we're radical and put us on hate groups and this and that when we haven't did anything.
Of our own people too.
You understand? And when we're out there on the weekends and we out there pushing out this truth, we get backlash from everybody under the sun, even our own people. You understand? But guess what? You want to convert to being an Islam when you learn Islam by the sword. You want to change your name to what is name? The boxer just Javante Davis just changed his name to something Ahmed or some Ahmed or Ahmed or whatever the hell his name is. You understand? Praying to a false god. You understand? And that's why the Lord sends the enemies against us, because you trust your enemies. You want to trust the God of your enemies. What type of madness is that? You want to pray to white man Jesus, Caesar Borgia, you understand? Because you trust your enemies. And then you got all these old blackety black groups out here nowadays. Now they want to be Egyptian all of a sudden. They wearing unks and shit. When the Egyptians had you in captivity, dumb. You understand? Moses delivered you from the hand of Pharaoh. But now you want to say we was pharaohs. You were Pharaoh. Well, guess what? Matter of fact, I'll correct myself. At one point in time, yeah, we was pharaohs in Egypt underneath the early dynasty with Joseph. Joseph, he was like second in command. You understand? You might as well damn near call him a pharaoh. He wasn't a pharaoh, but he was up there. You understand? We were highly reverenced in Egypt. But after those first couple leaderships of Pharaoh, and when Joseph became an old man, they didn't care about you no more, Hebrew. They put you in bondage. You understand? They said make them make brick without straw. Make it harder on them. You understand? And that's what America learned from Egypt. All these nations learn about the captivity of Egypt. That's why all of them put you in captivity. You understand? The Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Persians, the Grecians, the Romans, the Americans, the Europeans, all of them. You understand? You've been in bondage damn near ever since. And you want to keep trusting in your enemy. Straight up. That don't make no damn sense. Straight up. I almost forgot. I was about to bring out. I was talking. Oh yeah, we was in Psalms 83. But yeah, it says, "Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult; they make an uprising. You understand? And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They hate the Most High God. So they are out here like they're the dominant. They don't forgot about God. They don't care. It's all about them building up their empire. You understand? All for the money, for gold, for treasures, selling the Lord's people with no remorse. You understand? They have no remorse on what they doing. They just gonna keep on doing it until they get like big fat rats. You understand? Matter of fact, ain't this the year of the rat for the Chinese man? Yeah, for the so-called Chinese man. And the so-called Chinese man, all of y'all are trying to emulate the so-called white man. Y'all lost y'all's honor. You understand? So yeah, back to Psalms. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Who is thy people? The people is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the children of Israel. They have taken crafty counsel. You understand? What is crafty counsel? Crafty counsel is them being grimy, being slick. You understand? Crafty counsel. And it says, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. See, they all came together. All the nations, the so-called one world order that they're trying to build, they have all came together. It says it right there in the Bible, to cut us off from being a nation. That's the crafty counsel. You understand? So they're not going to teach you that you're the children of Israel, that you're the chosen ones of God, that you are the leaders of this planet. They're going to keep keeping you in the dark. But we are the children of light. You understand? And and the Lord had it in prophecy, set in stone, that the Most High God will put His Spirit upon us, and we will shine our light upon this planet, and we will dominate this planet. You know what I'm saying? On earth as it is in heaven. You understand? Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. So that is and they always be like, man, y'all guys is conspiracy theorists. There ain't no conspiracy. Yes, it is. A conspiracy. What is a conspiracy? Let's look up the definition of conspiracy. Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, hey, they lock you up all day in the hood. They'll give you conspiracy quick. Well, guess what? They need to do they need to be locked up for conspiracy and RICO. You understand? Because they have came. Hold on, let's read it one more time. This is RICO charges. We bringing up RICO charges on all the nations. You understand? Conspiracy. It says they had taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They had said, let us come and cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. So they all came together with one consent, and they are confederate against us, the children of Israel, and against the Most High God. So what is the definition of conspiracy? It says a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. The act of plotting or conspiring. You understand? They have came together with one consent, a group of people. They came together. So yeah, that's why on Judgment Day, the Lord is gonna have righteous judgment against the conspirators. And it names who these people are. It's really everybody. I'm just gonna keep it simple. But it's gonna name the main three people, the main four main nations. It says the children of Edom, which is the so-called white man, the Ishmaelites. Now, these are the true biblical terms for these people. It says the children of Edom, which are the so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, which is the so-called Arabs, the Moabites, which are the same so-called Chinese man, the water, and the Hagarenes. The Hagarenes would be certain tribes of the Hamitic tribes, which are so-called African nations. You understand? And it names a whole bunch of more. And these are your top powers today. You understand? That's who have consulted with one consent against the Most High God and against the children of Israel. And these are our enemies. But the Lord told us to never trust thine enemies. You understand? So we're going to go into some in regards to trusting thine enemies. You understand? We're going to bring out a couple clips real quick. But in the meantime, I want you guys to check out this I want you to check out this commercial. Check out this commercial real quick, if you could. Because you know the Lord is coming for the 55th Lord's annual Passover. You dig? The Lord's 55th annual Passover is coming up, and it will be all April 20th. April 20th, 2025.
Nah, man, y'all pay that? Hell yeah. Y'all wildin', man. I ain't pay that yet, bro. Shoot, man. Cap said we ain't gotta do that, man.
What the hell, boy?
I'm working the past. So what you talking about? I think Cap like coming right now. What you saying? Hey, that's the doorbell right there. I think that's Cap right there at the door. That's Cap. Okay, let me go ask him about these fees. Wait, hold. Excuse me, Cap. I heard we don't gotta pay our Passover. Who said that? Matter of fact, never mind. Who said it? Who said we ain't gotta pay our Passover fees? Where is he? God, this ain't true. Who said we ain't gotta pay our Passover fees? So like it, Cap. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start smacking everybody in here until I figure out who said it. Starting with you.
Please! That's not my baby! He's only so long!
But we get up, we fall.
School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him. The real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Yeah, so there you have it. Definitely you want to 55th annual Passover. Straight up, you know, it's going down every year. is so glorious in the eyes of the Lord. But yeah, anyway, back to the regular scheduled programming. You understand? You know what it is, man. Isupk, 1 West 125th Street, Law Class, Wednesday night, live from the 515 Isupk, Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa. You understand? So we back at it. Never trust thine enemies. Never trust thy enemies. You understand? And as we went over, who is your enemies? Your enemies is basically everybody who ain't the children of Israel. It really don't get no salaki. Really don't get no clearer than that. Straight up. The Most High God does not want you to be with any other nation. Because guess what? All the other nations hate the Lord. You understand? They hate the Most High God. And as we just brought out, they have consulted with one consent. They consulted with one consent to come against the Most High God and his people. So we're going to bring it back out real quick. You understand? The tabernacles of Edom, which is the white man, the tabernacles of Ishmael, which is the Arab man, and Moab, which is the so-called Chinese man. They consulted with one consent. They are conspiracy against us. You understand? And so the Lord is going to bring charges on them for their conspiracy to commit genocide or whatnot against the Lord's chosen ones, to forget the name of Israel. That's why we don't even know who we are. We call, you go to 5 black people, you ask them who they are, they're going to give you 5 different answers. Yeah, and you'd be lucky if you get somebody to say, I'm an Israelite. But nowadays, you might get, because you know this truth been, like it said in the Matthews, it says that that this gospel shall be preached to the 4 corners of the earth, and then the end shall come. And guess what? The water Yahweh Shah, this gospel has been spreading through the 4 corners of the earth. You understand? Thanks to the Isupk, you understand, and the advent of the internet. You understand? If we didn't have the internet, it would take all day for us to travel from the sea to shining sea and all the 7 seas to get this truth out. But hey, it was getting done even back in the old day. Paul and them, they was traveling. They was out there getting it by boat, by foot, by camel, hump, whatever. They was, hey, they had to push this work. And it's still hard work. I can only imagine putting in that work back then. Woo, hey, it's going down. So we're gonna show some little examples of. So of course, just recently, you had some soldiers. So we're basically in the brink of World War III. You understand? Everything has been kind of proxy wars. America has not officially really been in hand on hand in it yet. They got their little goons and goblins. They got out here pushing. You understand? And no one from the American side has actually become a martyr or whatnot. You understand? But just recently, some soldiers had just got unalived by a drone strike in Jordan. You understand? So we're gonna bring up a little article on that. Let's see what this says. Let's just read it out loud. And it says, we're gonna blow it up. This is from the U.S. Department of Defense. And it says 3 U.S. service members killed, others injured in Jordan following drone attack. So the Iranians and their allies and accomplices, they sent the drone to American base that's in Jordan. And 3 of the U.S. troops have gotten unalive, as well as like 40 something other people who got injured. You understand? Well, I'm gonna just read it. It says 3 U.S. soldiers were killed yesterday in Jordan, while more than 40 other service members were injured following the uncrewed aerial system attack at a military base in the Syrian border. Those service members were in Jordan to support Operation Inherent Resolve, which is the U.S. and coalition mission to ensure to defeat ISIS, as they claim. Now, ISIS still out here all of a sudden. You understand? But the 3 soldiers were killed at Sergeant William Jerome Rivers of Carrollton, Georgia, Special Kennedy Layden Sanders of Waycross, Georgia, and Special. Hold on, I think they're it's because this is the SPS. I mean SPC is their like rank. So I think in what's their ranking called? Not special. It's called man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, it's whatever their rank is. Kennedy, so one of them's a woman. No, matter of fact, yeah, one of them's a woman. So Kennedy Layden Sanders of Waycross, Georgia, Brianna Alexandria Moffett of Savannah, Georgia, and Sergeant William Jerome Rivers of Carlton, Georgia. All 3 were assigned to the 718 Engineering Company, blah, 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 blah. You understand? Yeah, specialist. Yeah, so specialist or special. Yeah, that's what SPC stands for. So basically, like I was saying, these were one of the first casualties of this new war that's been breaking out during this time. So let's just see who these people are. Oh, yeah. The first ones that were unalive just so happened to be all black people. Good night. The children of Israel. You understand? Our people who have joined the enemy's army, the same people who took you down, raped, robbed, and murdered your family, and spread their wickedness across the 4 corners of the earth. You want to join their military. You understand? And now don't get it twisted. I understand the psychological damages that our enemy has put upon us to the point where we're so impoverished and we're so downtrodden that in order for us, we feel like we got to get a better life and a better this and better that. You know what we'll do? We'll go fight for our enemies' causes. We'll go get on camouflage. We'll join their army and go spread more wickedness across the 4 corners of the earth. You understand? And just so we can have what we think is a piece of freedom. That's what the black man always has done. That's what it was during the so-called Civil War. You understand? During the Civil War time, you know what it was? We're gonna let the black people free. So the niggas in the South was like, oh yeah, shit, we out of here. And then but there was a catch. You gotta come help fight for us to win the war. So the brothers was getting free. They like, hell yeah, we're gonna join those ranks so we could take over Massa. You understand? But lo and behold, you was just fighting for your new master. Never trust thy enemies, man. They all the same. Listen, the 2 heads of the same coin. Straight up. They all snakes. They all bite. One's a milk snake, one's a rattlesnake. They are both poisonous. They bite you, you gonna die. You understand? We ain't got no like it says, never trust thine enemies. For his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And so we did all that fighting for the North, and guess what? Now the North, the Union, Yeah, the Union was the North, and the South was the Federation or whatever, the Confederate. Hey, they ain't no better. They the same. You understand? The KKK, all that, they still was Democrats. That's you want to vote Democrat. The Democrats were the KKK was Democratic. Now you want to be a Democrat. You want to vote for Joe Biden. Sleepy, lazy Joe about to fall and stub his big toe Biden. You know what I'm saying? But that's unfortunate. The first people to die in this new, most recent war were 3 black young men and women and a woman. And what the hell is the woman doing in a war anyway? See, that comes from, now this is a whole nother tangent, but matter of fact, it kind of goes on the same lines of never trust thine enemies, because the so-called white woman pumped you up, black woman, to fight for women's rights and all these women's causes and women's liberations to the point where you want to be equal to a man. You understand? They had you out there talk about women's rights, this, women's rights, that. We need this, we need that. Now you got to work just as much, and you still got to work. And some of y'all got to work and take care to do everything with no man. You want to do all that. You understand? But it's to the point where now you going to war for your country who has destroyed you economically, physically, mentally, sexually. You understand? She probably might be an LBGT. I'm pretty sure she was in that in the all those boot camps or whatever you getting sexually harassed. You understand? They say there'll be so much sexual harassment in the army, it don't even make no sense. And half of the men up in there, they want to be, like I said, they want to be like their enemy. They trust their enemy. They want to be Alpha Kappa Alphas, and that's that spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's the same spirit. When you want to join the ranks of the, won't you come join the ranks of the real men of the Lord, the army of the Lord? You understand? Be a part of the 144,000. That's what you need to do. Put your boots on to fight against your oppressors. Don't put boots on to go fight for your oppressor and get unalive the first people. And you know me, sometimes I'm a conspiracy theorist myself, but hey, don't let me get it started, because in my eyes, they did it on purpose. You know why? Because now Joe Biden, of course, he's going to say, oh, we got to retaliate. You understand? We have to do something for our black brothers, because it was black people who got killed. Now he might get the sentiments of the black vote, because he's gonna avenge the death of the black soldiers, the fallen black soldiers. He's gonna play on your heartstrings. You understand? It's voting season. He needs your vote. You understand? That's what he does. He needs your vote. So, hey, why wouldn't they just unalive 3 black people first and get your attention a little bit? You understand? Now, you shouldn't have been in the army anyway, Salakia. I mean, no disrespect to the families or whatnot, but you shouldn't have been in that army. Never trust thine enemies. So let's just see what Joe, if he has even said anything about on this incident. Yeah, so let's just, because he's gonna say something. What? Let's just see. I bet you there's gonna be a blackity black. They're gonna look like the old man from Star Wars. What's his name? The old evil man. He looked like he about to send the dark force, turn into the dark force on the motherfucker. So like, but yeah, let's hear what he got to say.
out that we had a tough day last night in the Middle East. We lost 3 brave souls in an attack on one of our bases.
Yeah.
And that's the silence.
See, and you can hear, yes, yeah, that sounds just like a black woman in the background. Like, yes, Lord, yes, Jesus. He's up in the, there's a black man behind him in the missionary Saint Ebenezer Apostolic Bible Black Church, getting all the sentiments of the black soldiers that was falling. Never trust thy enemies, man. You understand? Any black man, woman, Native American man, get out of this army. They're not there for your cause. They don't care about you. They're just using you up. You understand? Let the white man join their army and go to war, because that's what it's for anyway. The Lord is putting the spirit on all these nations to go to World War III so they could be destroyed, so they can have the judgment that's supposed to be given to them for conspiring against thy hinder ones. You understand? The Lord is bringing up charges of RICO charges and conspiracy charges on all these nations. And it's time for them to pay the piper. Straight up. You understand? But let's keep yeah, let's just keep listening to this clown, see what he got to say. He could barely even keep his head up.
It's false.
Jesus.
It's Jesus.
And we shall respond. God bless you all. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Was that it? We shall respond. Look, that a weak ass shit. Salaki. Man, this gotta be a longer than one than that. Go ahead.
I don't know if he did it anywhere else, it's maybe there, but I just find it interesting that as part of this whole situation, he makes sure to go to a black place.
Exactly.
To make this announcement. And like you said, it's voting season. Mm-hmm. But if this is just national news, then why don't you just do it on a national platform and just let that be? But the fact that you're using it as a tour type thing shows that you got other agendas related to it.
Right. It's definitely a plot, man. Straight up. But it's war regardless. But it won't marvel me. I would not be surprised if it wasn't done on purpose. You understand? Just to get the sentiments, for one, a reason to retaliate, because they create a problem to become the solution, and to get the black vote all at the same time. They just killing 2-3 birds with one stone. They want to go against Iran. You understand? They've been trying to find a reason to go to war with Iran. You understand? But they can't, even though it don't make sense to me. Like, they got all these laws about war. Like, war is war. If you just want to take over somebody, just do the shit. Like, that's what war is about. But they got all these old fake ass laws about war. You know what I mean? Well, you can't do it like this. You can't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the Most High God, he got certain kind of laws when it comes to war. You know what I mean? Like what we should do. Like we shouldn't do this or we shouldn't do that. Like if we, you know what I'm saying? But when the Lord tells us to take over somebody, he tells us to take it all. We demolishing the babies, everybody. You understand? Now, hey, right now, so it's time to reign. So do that. Why y'all got all these old? Just go ahead and get it over with. We tired of this mess. You understand? Let's get this World War III cracking. Straight up. Y'all want to tippy toe around this shit? Let's go. Straight up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull out the scripture on World War III. But I just want to hear a little bit more before I do on what Sleepy Joe Biden says about this incident. Let's see what he says. I push pause, turn it up a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Share. Let's go.
Stern warning from President Biden after the deaths of American soldiers in Jordan.
we shall respond.
The president vowing to retaliate, promising in a statement to hold all those responsible to account at a time and in a manner of our choosing. The Republican criticism swift. Former President Trump issuing his own statement, blaming the attack on, quote, Joe Biden's weakness and surrender. Senator Lindsey Graham calling on the president to strike targets of significance inside Iran.
The Biden administration.
Yeah, see, they definitely want to, they want to come on Iran. You know what I'm saying? Even Donald Trump, he's trying to chime in too. He's like, look, that was me. I would have blew up everybody. He's weak. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing America likes. America wants that feeling. Joe Biden don't give it to you. You understand? But this is going to get the sentiments of the American people because he's going to have to do something, and definitely the so-called black vote. You understand? When they feel like, oh, Joe Biden, he's riding for black people. He rolled for those 3 that died. You understand? Like I said, this is one of the oldest tricks in the book. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get probably the black people that's already in there, like, yeah, they didn't like black people anyway, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just like Civil War. Matter of fact, even in the Revolutionary War. Matter of fact, let me see. In the Revolutionary War, who was the first person to die in the Revolutionary War? Now, the the Revolutionary War, people don't know, was a war between the so-called the Britons, the Great Britons, against the 13 colonies who wanted to separate from the Britain. You understand? So it was like the Reds and the Blues or whatever. So they was trying to separate and create their own country. You understand? When America did win the 13 colonies, that's where you get Independence Day. But who was the first person to die in this so-called war to get the sentiments of all the other slaves? Oh, yeah. It was Crispus Attucks, a Negro. Good night. The first person that died during the Revolutionary War was a nigger. Look, there's nothing new under the sun, man. Straight up. And I bet you if we look up the Civil War, it's probably the same thing. They always just use you. You understand? And he thought he was fighting for freedom. That was at the Revolutionary War in 1776. And you were still in slavery for a whole nother 100 years until the Civil War. God damn. Look, and we still in captivity to this day. And as most recent, you got the 3 young men and brothers and them who got unalived in this war, World War III, which is coming up. And it's already here. Like in World War I, when World War I started, they didn't call it World War I. It just was war. When World War II started, they didn't call it World War II when it started. It was after the fact. You understand? But we just know what the Bible says. And it's World War III. You understand? It's already started. They ain't going to call it World War this or World that. I mean, some people may or may not. But let's just listen a little bit more on that.
Made major efforts to keep this war in Gaza from escalating. Deterrence has failed.
The militia groups the White House says are behind the drone strike are being funded, armed, and trained by Iran.
They have some autonomy, but this is Iran is orchestrating attacks on U.S. military forces and interests in the region.
Since the Hamas attack on Israel, these smaller militant groups have targeted sites with American service members in Syria and Iraq dozens of times. The Pentagon has been hitting back at Iranian-backed Houthis in Yemen after they began firing on U.S. Navy ships and other commercial vessels. The attack in Jordan, claiming American lives and injuring dozens, could change things.
What sorts of options would you want to be on the table?
I think they're going to be forced into
And I'm just realizing, even right here, who's the man talking? The interviewer, a black person. See, it's, oh man, look, the devil, the white man is the goddamn devil, man. They think they slick. They have created crafty counsel. You understand? To keep you in your spirit invested in loving your enemy. You understand? That is so they go. So now he goes to the black church, talking this, talking that. They got the black interviewer, and they asking what you gonna do. You understand? For the Democratic Party. And of course, you know, they're gonna blow some shit up, probably try to get black people back in tune, and then they can vote for Biden. That's what's gonna happen. They need the colored vote.
You want to be on the table?
I think they're going to be forced into walking away from so-called proportionate response against the firing unit that has engaged U.S. forces. At some point, you have to go to a higher level pressure point and apply economic, diplomatic, covert, and military action that stuns the Iranian decision makers.
And Aaron joins me now. Aaron, there are some possible developments concerning the hostages in Gaza tonight.
Kate, a source familiar tells me that another deal to have hostages released in Gaza could be coming together. It is not imminent, but it.
Anyway, yeah, man. See, you get the point. They unalive the first brothers and sisters to get unalive during this time of on the brink of being World War III was 3 so-called niggas. And now they want to talk about this and this and that. Never trust our enemies, man. Like I said, you shouldn't have been in that damn army in the first place, man. Come join the Isupk, the real army of the Lord. Build up these ranks, not your enemies' ranks. You understand? Don't be the first nigga to die for the Revolutionary War, for the white man. Crispus Atticus, whatever his name is. Yeah. What does it say? Atticus, why do I remember the first one? Well, 11-year-old Christopher Schreider had been shot a few weeks earlier. He probably was a nigga too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And several African American and Native American descent. Yeah. He was the first person killed during the Boston Massacre. Yeah, so he was Northern and Southern Kingdom. Straight up. But hey, even and just 2 weeks before that, you understand? 2 weeks before that, guess what? Joe Biden, sleepy Joe Biden, he was on this mission again. So what does he do? Joe Biden, let's just see what it says. Never trust thy enemies, man. This is the topic of today. Never trust thy enemies. Let's just go up. Yeah.
He and the governor, Roy Cooper, ordered milkshakes, an M&M one for the governor, and a black.
Let's just start all over. Fuck it.
Wrapping up the tail end of his visit. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Chris Lovingood.
And I'm Lena Tillett. Okay, right behind me, this is a live shot from Falls of Noose Road, where President Biden apparently is still meeting with a family in this community on Falls of Noose Road. All of these vehicles here, that's part of the.
And you know what's so ironic? This is where the Passover gonna be. You understand? the Lord's 55th annual Passover right there in North Carolina. You understand? Let's give it up. I just showed y'all the commercial with Joe Biden. He's on this crafty council. You understand? This was a couple weeks before they unalived the brothers and sisters over there in Jordan. You understand? But yeah, let's keep going.
Presidential motorcade, a lot of security, a lot of streets blocked off, of course, as the president is meeting with this family. Unclear how long he plans to stay there, but it's been about an hour now. WRAL's Matt Tallhelm, meanwhile, is waiting for the president to arrive at RDU International. Matt, tell us about this visit.
Hey, Yelena, the president's been here about 3.5 hours now in Raleigh. We were actually down on the tarmac as Air Force One flew in here. I want to show you where Air Force One is parked right now, just outside the UPS facility here. We do expect him to come back here to take off within the hour or so, but there are still flights coming in and taking off from here. So they haven't shut down the airport just yet for Air Force One's departure. But the president's speech at Abbott's Creek Community.
President Biden is in Raleigh, North Carolina. It just says visiting the family for a cookout. But what kind of families have cookouts? Hey, when you go to a white person's house and they cooking, they do not call it a cookout. You ain't gonna go to Habibi and them's house. They be like, oh yeah, we at the cookout. No, they don't call it a cookout at Ahmed's house. You know what I'm saying? At the Brady Bunch house, they do not call it a cookout. So what kind of family's house is he at the cookout? Oh, gee, I wonder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so let's just fast forward a little bit. Oh, yeah, matter of fact, it's a place called Cookout. Oh, they stop at Cookout. Oh, I wonder what kind of place is it geared towards to eat at a place called Cookout. Yeah, let's go. You see everybody there, right? So let's just fast forward a little bit. He done got him his little straw and shit. Who's the family? I should have known. Some so-called blacks, some so-called Negroes. He done stopped at the so-called Negroes' house for some cookout. You understand? And why do you think he did that? You think he just wanted to go there just because? No, because he wanted you to trust thine enemies. He wants your black vote. That's it. He's not there to come for real. Man, come on. And these black people, they should have said, hell no. We don't want your white crippled ass up in our house. You understand? Never trust thine enemies. He has an ulterior motive. But that's how you say it. That's how you say it, right? He got an ulterior motive. He does not care about you. Talk about a family's home during a visit. What type of visit is that? So he goes prances all up in the house, him and his kids. You understand? It almost looked like he a single dad. I'm surprised they did that. Usually they'll show you the single mom. Let me see there was some other footage where they actually had like close-ups where the kids was talking or whatnot. They was in the kitchen. He actually goes inside and eats, and they sitting at the dining room table eating fast food. Goddamn, Joe Biden, at least you could have brought them some real food. You went and brought them up some goddamn fast food. Now, don't get it wrong, cookout is bomb, but damn. You know what I'm saying? You could have came, or you could at least, how about you flew them out? Why couldn't you take the black people from their black home and flew them to the White House with your white family and gave them the 6-star full course meal with the long ass table? You understand? With the White House dog running around and shit. Why couldn't they get that treatment? This nigga pulled up with some with some fast food, like he doing something. Man, come on, man. Never trust thy enemies, man. They just doing it for the black vote. Yeah, go ahead.
This is something I feel like, particularly our people, keep falling for the okie doke with, because we see too many examples where we know that evil people do seemingly nice things to get us pulled in.
Exactly.
Right? Most movies with evil people in it, they do something nice. Sex trafficking, they're gonna give you something nice, some candy, some ice cream. Those are all nice acts, right? But it's disguising what they're actually gonna do to you once they get you in. Same with like all these like movies, all these like high school bitches or whatever that don't like you, right? They do something nice first and then they humiliate you later. Like we have to be careful about the things that seem nice, that seem welcoming, like this, that kind of stuff. But what is the actual purpose behind it? Because that's when they'll get you in whatever their plot is against you, crafty counsel.
Yeah, it's crafty counsel, man. They do not care about nothing that you really got going on. He just wants the black vote. You understand? He's willing to pull up to the goddamn house with some fast food and chop it up like, yeah, he's so cool with black people. Man, fuck out of here, Joe Biden. You understand? Never trust thy enemies. See, and if our people understood the truth that is within the word, you understand, we would never ever adhere to any of their subtile ways. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 55. You understand? The book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. You understand? Joe Biden, the conquistadors, the so-called white man, any of them, they'll come over here and they'll say everything you want to hear. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that. Vote for me. Oh, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He said that last 4 years ago, and niggas fell for that bullshit too. You understand? He had the nerve to go on Charlemagne's The Breakfast Club and just said, well, if you just don't vote for me, you just ain't black. Damn, that's a spit in the face. And then but half of you niggas still voted for his ass. You understand? Never trust thy enemies. Straight up. But it says the words in his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Just like when the so-called pilgrims came over here, they told the Native Americans and everybody, like, yeah, how? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, we good, shake hands. This and they sat down and had a feast. Guess what? When they was done eating, swords was in their backs. You understand? They make it seem like they come in peace. They don't never come in peace. They come for war. You understand? Because the so-called white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speak of. You understand? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Who runs the world right now? That's a good question. The wicked. You understand? But yeah, that's that. But it's unfortunate that the first slain in this so-called new outspring of war would have to be some young black brothers and two brothers and a sister. You understand? Who are ignorant to what's really going on out here. Poverty, everything make you feel like you got to do this, do that to join with your oppressors, to you know what I'm saying, to try to make a better life. That's, to the point where you even let sleepy Joe Biden come to your crib and tell lies to you. 2 weeks or a week right before all the brothers and sisters get unalived by drone attack during a time of war, so they could get the sentiment of the so-called black vote, you understand, so we could keep our spirit within this wicked ass system. When it's time for us, like it says in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1, says, come, gather yourselves together, O house of Israel. You understand? Gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Straight up, man. We are the nation not desired. So we need to stop trying to put our hearts within this wicked system. We need to separate ourselves, stop celebrating their fake holidays, stop, just do not do any of the ways uh of our oppressors. You understand? We need to come back to the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what we need to do. Straight up. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. You dig? And this is the ISUPK. You dig? Underneath Commanding General Yohana out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves so the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 through 10, which means a tenth in the Hebrew is ma'asharah. You understand? 10% of every penny or increase you give to the Lord, or give to the Treasury Department or teacher. And a priest fund or a free will offering for a priest is not mandatory. It's whatever amount you may like. You understand? And the upcoming holy convocations will be the Feast of Purim, which is February. Yeah, it's coming up February 23rd, 22nd, and 23rd. It's a 2-day feast at sundown. So February 22nd and 23rd at sundown is the Feast of Purim. You understand? You can find that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 21. You dig? Which would be in the Apocrypha, actually, the remaining of Esther, if I'm not mistaken. But hey man, if you want to be, if you're a brother or whatnot, you want to come join the ICPK, man, just come to class, man. Put on all black, understand, boots, headband. You know what I'm saying? Get in here, learn these real scriptures. You understand? The sister, you want to come up in here, you definitely come in here, get your head wrapped, man. Dress modestly. Don't dress like Sexy Red and Nicki Minaj. You understand? Dress modest like a woman. And a woman is supposed to, a daughter of Zion. You understand? And another holy convocation after that, of course, is the Lord's 55th annual Passover. So you understand that's April coming up. Yeah, you definitely got a commercial on that. But with that, you understand, Shalom, Israel, Majim. We're gonna give a courtesy salute to the brothers, Majim. Amadu Shabbat, Amadu Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barak Atah, Yahweh Tah saw me in the turn. We're going to turn, give a courtesy salute to the sisters, Amadu Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Elatham Ba Shem Yahushua,
Yahweh Shemar Elatham Ba Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Tah class dismissed.
What? You pass over the fees. You pay the fees. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be staying. You pay your ticket yet? Huh? Pay your Passover ticket? The fees. You pay the fees? $200. Nah, man. Y'all did that? Hell yeah. Y'all wildin', man. I ain't pay that yet, bro. Shoot, man. Cap said we ain't gotta do that, man. We ain't gotta worry about that.
What the hell, boy?
Yeah, I'm working the Passover. What you talking about? I think Cap like coming right now. What you saying? Hey, that's the doorbell right there. I think that's Cap right there at the door. That's Cap. Okay, let me go ask him about these fees. Wait, hold. Excuse me, Cap. I heard we don't gotta pay our Passover. Who said that? Matter of fact, never mind. Who said it? Who said we ain't gotta pay our Passover fees? Where is he? This ain't true. Who said we ain't gotta pay our Passover fees? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start smacking everybody in here until I figure out who said it. Starting with you.
Please! That's not my baby! He's only 2 long!
But we get up, we fall down.
School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular.